Hey guys, welcome to the Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle-earth Heroes Only Challenge. It's going to be on easy mode, but there are 4 rules. I can only use heroes. If there's no heroes available, I can use units that are provided. Number 3 is if a random unit spawns on the map, I just ignore it. And 4, I can use powers. So we begin with Moria. It's pretty simple. It's just heroes only anyways, so no real big difference with this map, but I'll kind of go through, collect all the rank ups that they provide. I do get Gandalf to level 3 because I figure that might help with Balrog, but actually in the end I don't think it does. But either way, just give him level 3 and the rest are level 2. All of them are pretty easy to level up. The only problems are the hobbits level up very quickly, but they also have to kill in order to get the experience. So everyone gets level 2, and this map is basically done with. If you notice, I have it 10 times speed, so it's a little glitchy, but that way you don't have to actually sit through every single thing that I do for this game, because some of the maps are very long, and they're even long with the sped up, but luckily this one is pretty short, and the Balrog goes down and we have escaped Moria. So now we are on to the first map that I get to choose from with a variety of different options. So we have Rohan, Eastern Rohan. I'm gonna go with Eastern Rohan because of the one power up. I'm really just trying to use the power-ups, so then the faster I get to the power-ups with summons, I am better well off. So go to Isengard Rohan. You think that it's going to be pretty simple. This is actually one of the longest ones, but I could actually make it potentially shorter now that I know how to do it. But right away I go down south, try to take care of their camp. I use some of the NPC wargs to kind of take care of the enemy units a little bit, and it works out pretty well for me. I'm still not exactly sure how I'm going to handle this map, because I go back to their base, they keep on bringing out more troops. Luckily, I realize that my health isn't going down super fast, so the healing power can actually keep me alive through this whole map. It's just kind of annoying. I try to move the groups around, kind of like kiting them in a way. It doesn't really work out. So you basically watch me here for quite a while, just knocking down their buildings. Try to focus on the rank 3 buildings because they start shooting arrows at me. So gotta be careful of that. I basically manage my healing power up on this map fairly well, mainly because luckily they don't have archers. Otherwise, if all these guys around me right now were archers, it'd be a whole different ball game. It might just be because it's easy mode, but it's still kind of challenging. I actually lose faith a little bit in this one because I don't think I'm gonna actually win, because I just keep on breaking down a building or 2 buildings, and then all of a sudden they rebuild, and I just don't know what I'm supposed to do because I don't have enough power. I'm not going to get enough power. Emor is level 3 or rank 3 perhaps, and like I just can't get him any higher. Like there's a threshold where he can only get to level 3. I think he could get some experience per kill, but it's very small once you hit level 3. So try to drag him away again there. I'm gonna basically just build up a little thing close to me, so if I need to I can go back, heal him up there, have them kind of aggro that building or my buildings so they're not just on me constantly. And here I finally think, what if I take down the Citadel, and then that way they can't build the buildings, and that actually works for this mission. So it's basically over with now. I just have to focus on the buildings. I'm praying that they're not gonna start rebuilding the Citadel, because if that was the case, it's basically game over for this challenge, because there's no way I can take care of all these buildings with just a hero while they're just whacking at me constantly. So here you basically watch me just finish up. This one is actually one of the maps that is times 15 speed, just because it took me so long, and even with 15 speed it's longer than most of my 10 speed maps. So it was a drag for me, but I do accomplish this mission. So while I finish up here, if you guys do like this, this is just the Rohan section. I will do the Gondor section later on, but please like and subscribe so that you can see the Gondor section come out. That one is a little easier because it's later in the game, but it's still a little challenging at some spots. But anyways, that is it for Eastern Rohan. Now it is time for Lothlorien, which here it's pretty simple. Elves, there's a couple units that are already there for me. I just kind of group them up, push them in the middle of Lothlorien, take my heroes where I know the enemy's going to be coming, thinking it's going to be pretty easy for me. They're just going to start attacking me. Well, some of the trolls decide, hey, let's go after the units that are way in the middle of the map, ignore all the heroes. So I do kind of have to kite them a little bit, try not to use them to actually do damage or anything. But other than that, it's just a heroes map. Not too hard because they're not going to do major damage. There's 4 waves, I believe, so then it's just easy way to gain some levels for these heroes, and luckily none of them die. The hobbits do almost die a little bit, but luckily we are good there. So Lothlorien is taken care of for that part. Now it's time to choose my next one for my optional map, but Rohan is the only one I can do because I can't get to the west without taking the central area. So luckily I know how to do this now, right? So I go straight for the Citadel. I start building up my area just a little bit, mainly just, you know, free resources, whatnot. I'm not gonna actually use the resources besides building buildings. I do realize Emor here does get another rank up pretty quickly, so I'm like, alright, so we can get experience. They were doing a little bit more damage, so again, it's a little bit more challenging, but I just gotta make sure that he doesn't die and I manage his health close to the healing power. So I do have to retreat because the healing power did not regenerate fast enough. So that's my next challenge, is am I going to survive? So I have to do a lot of cutting. He does gain some good experience throughout the way here, but I'm not too focused on his actual rank at the time because he's just going to gain rank kind of throughout. Now I'm not too worried about it. I know how to defeat the maps, so there I am just taking down some enemies, taking down their buildings, kiting them a little bit, using the healing. They're trying to just focus on him, which, I mean, I guess if that's what they want to do, fine. I just got to watch out for those archers a little bit. So I do bring them back once again and kite them all the way back down to their base. Luckily, Citadel doesn't get rebuilt, so I'm figuring that's the way for at least easy mode. Their Citadel is not going to be rebuilt, so it's going to be just take down that, then take down all the buildings. Each map should be fine. And that is Rohan, the map section. And again, it's probably one of the easiest ones with just one hero that I can use, but luckily I can still take it down with just one hero, at least on easy mode. If you guys want to see medium, let me know, but I have a feeling it's going to be much harder. So now we'll get into my favorite battle for the Fellowship of the Ring at the very end. I don't know why I love this battle in the movies. I wish it was a little longer, but I just love the feel for it. Aragorn, when he jumps down, saves Frodo, you know, all that fun stuff. This map's pretty easy, it's just heroes again, but I even love the map of this just because just the nostalgia of it all. But anyways, guys, that's it for this map. Pretty easy cleanup. only challenging part is this part because I'm not sure how much they're going to do for me. But versus hard mode on that part, super easy. Here's a little clip. I love these clips. That's the part I love of the actual movie, is when Aragorn is just going ham at the top part. But as you can see, Merry and Pippin get taken away. They should have just stuck with the group, but what can you do, right? And there is Frodo and Sam escaping very stealthily because no one needs to know where they're going. And we saved Frodo and Sam. So now here again I get to choose another map. 2 more open up for me. None that have the skill points, but they do have command points, so I just choose this one, the one that I hate kind of the most in the hard mode challenge that I do. But I go for the Citadel right away, and thinking I know how to do this map, it should be easy. But now they're building the Citadel, and at that point I'm like, am I gonna have to grind 2 more power-ups to get the summons so that I can actually take this, or actually have a victorious on this map? So this map is another map that I actually have the 15 times speed on, because this will be the longest one. Again, you can see I'm moving them around, trying to get the wargs, the NPC wargs, to actually take care of the enemy. And I start building up buildings at different sections because I know they're going to be spreading out soon. So I need to start conquering the map a little bit, otherwise it's just going to be a long one. I picked the one closest to them because, one, if I need to retreat, I know kind of where to go. Kind of keep an eye on it. I'm not going to spend too much time going around trying to figure out the perfect area, or push all the way up onto their main camp, which is the one I'm currently at, trying to take everything down. But it's just like a nice little area. It was free to grab, so figured why not. Again, they're building buildings as I'm taking down their Citadel and other buildings. So I figured one by one, I'm just gonna have to take down the Citadel, go over to a building, take it down. They're gonna have the Citadel built again, and then I'm gonna have to again take that down, just bounce back and forth. It gets pretty challenging throughout though, because once I get almost done with this, I'm realizing on the map that units are actually moving differently throughout. So I'm like, alright, they're actually placed elsewhere on the map too. How many other camps do they have? And am I gonna be able to take over them without having to lose one? If I started to lose one, I would just go back to that one with my hero, take out the enemies that are there. As you can kind of see up here right now, they destroy some of my buildings. I kind of play the game too, how they're playing, where they're attacking my Citadel, so I build up the buildings, and then they attack the buildings, I build up the Citadel. The thing with, so there's the buildings that when they level up, or are being built rather, they take damage as their percentage is going up. The Citadel, when it takes damage as it's building, that percentage actually goes down. So I can knock the Citadel down, say 2% each hit. Well, if it's building 2%, then I'm not actually doing anything to it, I'm just wasting time. So that's why you see here a lot of times I'm just letting them build the Citadel, then I focus it once it gets fully rebuilt. Other than that, guys, this does actually go on for quite some time. Again, this is also 15 speed because it's just one of the longest maps. One of the maps I hate the most, but enjoy because of the challenge. But if you guys are liking this, remember to subscribe, like, comment. It's probably gonna be a little glitchy. I don't expect a whole lot of people to actually see this video, or even the next one, but this is actually one of my favorite games. It's one that I grew up with, and I remember when I first bought it, tried playing on my dad's computer, and I couldn't because it just took way too long to load a map, and it was horrible. Like, now that I actually understand computers, my dad had one crappy computer, but that's not his fault. But when I got one that was actually mine, I was actually to play this game and fell in love with it. Load times, even on this computer now, they're kind of long. I did crop a lot of them out because I just didn't want to wait, a minute or two for each mission to load up. But, which honestly, it's probably not that long. On the one that my dad had, it actually took like 20 minutes per one, map. So that was a struggle. But anyways, you still kind of just see me going around, cleaning up, building each camp as I defeat their camp, so then they don't rebuild as I leave. But back to olden days, while you just kind of watch me slowly burn them down. I have played a couple little challenges on my own. So the one that I love to do, which if you guys want, I can do it too again, but like actually video it and share it. It does take a long time on a couple missions, but it's hard mode without powers. And like, I wanted to do it that way because I feel that's like the true way when they're actually, in these battles, they don't randomly get power-ups, so, or like random summons, which like the summons are like the main one, but yeah, and that's the ones I'm shooting for this challenge, because that's really the only thing that's going to help me, because I can use the summons but I can't use other troops, so it's literally summons and my heroes. So I'm basically wrapped up on this map. It's just the one camp that they have left, because I had mine, I went to their main one, so I have the two main ones that basically are just destroying them as they try to walk past, and then the two camps on the east and west side. So I already got the two on the east side, got the one on the west side from the very beginning, so now it's just the one that I'm on currently, slowly just knocking them down. And I'm rank 6 with Earmore and 7 skill power, so I just need one more, and the game's gonna get so much easier then, I would think, because I have a summon, and luckily the summons are pretty good on easy mode. So I'm just battling and taking care of business, and that is that mission finally. So now we get to kind of spend a little time on just picking random missions. So I go for the one that gets released the earliest. Not going to be the easiest one. I think it's going to be for whatever reason. So I go straight for their buildings or their camp, and I realize that they're just having a full line coming straight at me. So luckily I started building towers. I kite them around a little bit. I'm going to try to kind of aggro all their units to then follow me, so then my towers can take them down. And luckily that's kind of what happens. Then I finally get my one power. I get my summons, but now I have to wait for the summons to actually charge up, so then I can actually use it. So I start going around, kind of seeing what campgrounds that they haven't captured yet, so then I can capture them, just so I don't have to run around too much after their main one. They try to focus on my units that I don't actually use at all, that I try to put in the corners. But finally, I get to summon the Rohan horseman. I realize how fast their buildings actually go down with these guys. So the rest of this game is looking pretty promising. So I use them, kind of split them up a little bit. Usually have 1 or 2 units focused on a building. Sometimes I will move one just for like a scout to figure out where their other camps are. The nice thing is the recharge time is over halfway done by the time the units actually vanish from their time expiring. And that is it for Westfold. So now I'm pretty happy. I think this next section should be a breeze from here on out. But here's just like another little clip. It's gonna be a two-part Fangorn forest type of battle. This one that you have to do. Every mission that you have to do usually has like a little cutscene to it. So this is actually the first map that I don't have a hero right away, and they provide some units for me, so I just use those units. I think, okay, I just have to go take care of like these two little sections where they are kind of sitting with the hobbits, and then take care of their campsite right here. The rule is for me, if the hero spawns from the flag, I have to summon it right away, then not use the units that were provided, because now I have a hero. So I think I was going to be done there, realized that I have to take out the camp along with the lumber mill. So I kind of just finish up by going around each lumber mill, taking it out, and then spawns for each one. I try to move them around. I don't really focus too much on them, just because they're not going to help me a whole lot. And I just spread out my people, try to get all the lumber mills taken out. It's pretty simple, just kind of tedious because you have to cover the whole map. But that is Fangorn for you. So it was pretty easy for me. It's just I forgot about one part. Alright, so now I gotta go back into Fangorn Forest with the 2 power-up. The other ones are just command points and resources. I don't really care about them. So Fangorn it is. But I honestly thought that I was going to have Gandalf with me on this one. I think it was just one time back in the day I played and I picked this mission second. So it's not too big of a deal, but it just kind of stinks. But anyways, I go to their capital section, and 2 end spawn. I just kind of ignore them, let them do their thing. They're not going to really help out. I just kind of kite around waiting for my summons to come so I can take care of their campsite and call it good. Kind of forgot that there are more campsites, so I start spreading my units out, trying to figure out where the campsites are, find another one, take it down fairly quickly. They're attacking my campsite, and I'm not too worried, but I just gotta make sure I build whenever I defeat them, because I don't want them to come back and capture the area. I kite with my units that I have because they're attacking my units. I don't want my units to actually kill the enemy, which is weird. But I almost think I'm done with this map, and I realize I forgot all up north. So here I am taking care of the northern section, and there's 2 more camps. Take them up pretty quickly. Nothing too major, but yeah, that's Fangorn. So now I need another mission. So Wold, I believe is how you pronounce it. Go for that one. This is where I get Gandalf. So take my heroes out, realize that Gandalf's actually leveling pretty quickly. I'm going to try to see if I can get him to level 6, but I'm not going to hold back and kind of farm. I'm just going to push through. But I do have him try to do most of the damage, get him to level 6, and just kind of focus on their section. I figure it should be pretty easy. I don't think they're going to move to the other parts of the map yet. So summon my summoning horsemen out and clear that map. Alright, so Helm's Deep. Here's just another one of the clips that I just love. I wish I could make them, because I don't know why I like them, even though they're bad graphics. It's just kind of neat to see. Again, you don't actually have all those units when you start out, which kind of sucks. The enemies don't really march like that. I mean, they kind of do for the most part. I think their stance is like sporadic or not in line or whatever, like you normally see them when they actually come. So here I'm not too worried about building up units because it's heroes only. So I just kind of throw up some buildings, have the units that spawn here just kind of gather the resources. I move my heroes out to the very front of the map where Isengard's going to come. Here you see the elves come in and move them in right away. Still can't use them. And it's basically just a waiting game for Isengard to come. Now, the way this is going to work, where I'm at with my heroes, is one of their campsites. And they have 2 campsites that they build, not in the first round, but I believe the second round of, or the second wave rather, of troops is when they're actually going to build up. But I'm just waiting for them. I use that one because it's kind of out of the way from where they're going to be marching. Heroes can clean up the orcs that come that direction because there's 2 sets that kind of split off. I use my summons, take them out because I don't want them to actually. I thought that was going to be the one that they built the campsite, and it's not. It's actually the second one. I don't have to kill all the units because it's going to tell me that I've won. And the actual real way you do this, you have to kill every single unit if they build those campsites. But since they didn't, I just had to wait, got victorious. Awesome. That is kind of like a little glitch I found in this game. I realized that the main maps kind of have unique glitches, and that's one of them. The last map we're going to work on is Isengard, and that will be the last one for this video. So here there's Merry and Pippin and Treebeard. So I figured I'm going to use Merry and Pippin, get them leveled up, got them to 4 pretty quick, and thinking I'm going to get them up pretty easily with all these units. Treebeard, I'm going to kind of take slowly, have him use what he can, and I figured this was going to be easier said than done, and I was kind of right. This one is hectic on my other challenge mode where I don't use skills, and it's hard mode. So they're taking me down with fire pretty quickly, and there Merry and Pippin go down. I thought I lost that map because of that. I think that's only in the hard mode because I've had it happen where they die from that fireball, that same fireball, and I lose. But I believe it is just that hard mode. So Treebeard does go down, and I kind of have to watch him with how much resources I have. So I'm really trying to keep him alive. I use the Rohan horses to kind of help kind of kite in a way, I guess I should say. They don't really do a whole lot because they just die so quickly, which kind of sucks. So gotta take it slow, trying to figure out best way to use it. If you did notice that I actually had 10 power, but I got the Aragon thing, and that is mainly for part 2 of this campaign, where I'm just trying to get the Army of the Undead. So I go that route instead of getting the Ents boost, and I feel like if I would have went with the Ents, it would have helped me with this mission, yes, where they could probably take down the dam a whole lot quicker because they would be a summoning unit. But I know slowly I can knock it down, so I'm not too worried. And that is basically it for this map before the dam goes down. But please guys, if you like this, like, subscribe. I'm gonna put out part 2, which is the Gondor section. I have a couple other challenges. My YouTube is gonna be a lot of gaming stuff. I'm into Pokemon, so you might see me open up some Pokemon cards along with my wife. We just kind of do it for fun. She goes after Snorlax a lot, so that's like her little thing. But anyways guys, if you like this, please like and subscribe. Make a comment, smart remark, any of that stuff. Otherwise, Isengard is down. We are on to Gondor, and we will beat this campaign with heroes only plus summons. But but that's besides the point. Anyways, guys, take care, and I will see you next time.